Alright guys, so I got you a really great video today. I feel like I say that every time, because I do. But they're all great. I promise you this one is going to be one of my favorites. I feel like I also say that too every time. But anyways, let's continue on. So in this video today, I've put together some of my favorite cases of different things. They're all along the line of somebody's missing or something like that under strange, unusual circumstances, stuff like that. But yeah, it's just some of my favorite cases that are put together all in one video. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video because I am excited for it. I hope you guys love it. Let's get started.
As you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
Timmy Teo was a 4-year-old child who went missing on June 20th, 1938 in Leyva, New Mexico. Timmy Teo lived with his grandparents in their small desert community. The village is located next to a large mesa. On the early morning of June 20th, Timmy Teo was outside working on chores when he walked off the property. Not long after, his grandparents realized he was missing. They were unable to find him. Realizing something was wrong, they contacted the sheriff's office and reported Timmy Teo missing. Soon after, searchers began searching the rough terrain. They found nothing. Searchers knew if they didn't find Timmy Teo soon, his chances of survival were unlikely because of how unfriendly the desert lands were. Timmy Teo had no food or water, and the area did not provide any either. There was intense heat to worry about as well. Hundreds of people participated in the search. They also had bloodhounds. On the third day, authorities worried that it was already too late. The sheriff said that it seemed almost impossible that the child is still alive at this point. Searchers had found Timmy Teo's clothes neatly folded beneath the tree that evening. The following morning, they also found fresh footprints, indicating that Timmy Teo was alive. The sheriff said that the footprints indicated that Timmy Teo was barefoot. The footprints also indicated that the child had walked an impressive 30 to 40 miles. They added that they have no idea how the small boy could still be alive given the harsh landscape. The very same day, Timmy Teo's cousin was out searching the mesa when he found Timmy Teo about 3 miles from where Timmy Teo's clothes were found. The boy was still naked, scratched, badly sunburnt, and against the odd he was still alive. Timmy Teo was rushed to the hospital where a doctor was able to examine him. The doctor would later report that the child was suffering from hunger, exposure, and fright. He said that the child had spells of delirium and expressed a strong desire to return to the mesa where he was found. The disappearance of Timmy Teo is baffling and very strange. How could this small child survive 4 days in the sun with such great danger and harsh terrain, without water, clothes, shoes, or even food? How could he have walked around 10 miles each day by himself? Timmy Teo should not have survived without water that long. However, the doctor never said anything about Timmy Teo being dehydrated in any reports. Why were his clothes neatly folded? It seems unlikely that a child his age would neatly fold their clothes under these circumstances. What are the chances of 2 young men with the same exact name both park their trucks on the side of a highway, then both men go missing, and then they are both found deceased in a body of water? Well, others have sat there and done the math. The chances are 0%. Let's get into the story. Jordan Ross Simon was a 25-year-old male. He He was white, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'11", 190 pounds. Jordan also wore glasses. He was last seen March 7th, 2022 in North Little Rock, Arkansas. He was found deceased April 27, 2022. Jordan Ross was on a road trip from Fargo, North Dakota to New Orleans, Louisiana. Jordan had told his sister that he was having a hard time. He lost his job and was struggling with the early onsets of Huntington's disease. On March 5, 2022, Jordan packed up his belongings and set out on a long 1,000-mile road trip. Jordan was planning to move to New Orleans to start over with the help of a good friend who lived in New Orleans. On March 6, 2022, Jordan reached Arkansas, and he was driving on Interstate 40 when his car suddenly broke down at the White Oak Crossing exit near Little Rock. He called roadside assistance and waited for them to arrive. Around 4:30 p.m., Jordan called his friend to inform her that his car had broken down. After advising him to get some rest, she booked him a motel. The friend also sent Jordan $250 through Venmo and ordered a bus ticket for the next morning. The bus was due to arrive in New Orleans on March 8th around 12:35 p.m. Around 6:30 p.m., Jordan last used FaceTime, saying that the tow truck arrived and that they would be giving him a ride to his motel. Jordan never checked into the motel that night, and his vehicle was never towed. He has not been heard of or seen since. March 7th, 2022, Jordan's friend filed a missing person report with the Arkansas State Police. Once the police started to investigate, they first reached out to the tow truck company. When they reached out to the company then told the police that they were never called and they had never dispatched anyone to that location. Why would Jordan claim on one of his phone calls that the tow truck company was actually there with him? Doesn't make much sense. Authorities soon found Jordan's car, which was a green 2014 Kia Soul, on Interstate 40 east between White Oak Crossing and the Exchange to 430. The car was in a good condition. However, the catalytic converter had been cut off the car. Jordan had left some items behind, including an Xbox video game console, a laptop, a wooden box belonging to his late mother who passed away. His keys were found sitting on top of the vehicle. Authorities conducted a search of the area surrounding the car. No signs of Jordan were found. His phone has been shut off since he went missing, and there has been no activity on any of his social media accounts. There were no indications that he ever made it to New Orleans or that he returned back to North Dakota. The bus ticket he had received was never claimed. The Arkansas police and Fargo police have been working together on Jordan's case. April 27, 2022, Jordan's body was recovered from Newton Creek near I-40 and the White Oak Crossing. His body was located about 200 yards from the interstate. A cadaver dog was brought in to assist to help find Jordan and locate his body. Jordan's body was removed from Newton Creek. Jordan's grandmother said on a Facebook post that there was no trauma. The case is still open and they continue to follow up with any leads. They were unable to find any signs of how he passed, so an autopsy has been performed. No other information so far has been released at this time. The next case is Jordan Douglas Ross, also known as Jordan Ross, like the previous person. He was a 41-year-old male. He was 5'10" and 175 pounds. He had a bald head and blue eyes. Jordan's blue Jeep Liberty was found on the side of the Trans-Canadian Highway. Jordan was last seen on the morning of June 17, 2022, when he left his home to do some work at a campground. June 30th, his body was removed from the river near Denzel Park in Brandon. It was through the skate and snowboard scene that Jordan found his people and his passion. After completing high school at Vincent Massey, he set out to explore the world. He spent a season at Lake Louise snowboarding and then traveled through Asia prior to spending a couple of years living in Australia. Jordan met the love of his life, Catherine, in 8th grade, although they didn't officially become a couple until the early 20s when their shared adventure began. They spent time at Big White, Jasper, and traveled extensively together. In 2010, the second love of Jordan's life, his daughter, Micah, was born. Jordan loved her like no other and supported her with everything she was going into: gymnastics, snowboarding, crafts, art, and more. Micah had the goofy, fun dad who all the dads envied. He was a true family man, a devoted and supportive husband. He and Kathleen celebrated their 20th anniversary this past year. Jordan soon closed his skate shop in 2012. In 2016, Jordan and his wife took over operations at their Grand Valley Park. Soon enough, Jordan and his wife would open a tubing company. It was a great success. The family would often say it wasn't a business, but a way of life. Both of these men were named Jordan Ross. Both men parked their vehicle on the side of the road, and both men were later found in a body of water. What is up, everybody? I hope you're enjoying the channel. If you do, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us grow the channel, and we greatly appreciate it. Love you. Y'all are the best. Bye. Our next case is going to be Aisha Jaquilla Degree. She was born August the 5th, 1990 in Shelby, North Carolina. At the time of her disappearance, she was 4'6" and 60 pounds. She is a black female. She has black hair and brown eyes. February 14th, 2000, Aisha went missing. The last time she was seen, she was sound asleep in her bed. Her family members opened the door at approximately 2:30 a.m. At 4 a.m., she was seen by drivers walking along NC Highway 18 in Shelby. At 6:30 a.m., her family called police to inform authorities that she was missing. Some say she packed her bags and left. Others say she was kidnapped. What we do know is that in the early morning of February 14th, in 2000, her book bag was packed. She then walked down Highway 18. It was raining really bad that day. Several drivers noticed Aisha. However, one driver turned around and attempted to see if she could help Aisha. Unfortunately, this scared her, and she ran into the wooded area. Soon after, an intense search was conducted. During the search, some of her personal effects were found near where she was last seen. The search was ended due to nothing more being found. 1.5 years later, her book bag that was still packed was unearthed from a construction site along Highway 18 north of Shelby in Morganton, which is located in Burke County. This is 26 miles away from where she originally went missing. Her book bag was wrapped in a plastic bag. The worker who found the bag said that her name and her phone number was written on it. The FBI took the bag to a laboratory for forensic testing, but the results have not been shared publicly. On the 20th anniversary of Aisha's disappearance, the FBI confirmed that the book bag contained a copy of a Dr. Seuss book and a concert t-shirt from New Kids on the Block. Her family said that these items did not belong to Aisha. The Dr. Seuss book, however, was checked out from the library at her elementary school. In 2004, an inmate told authorities where they could find Aisha's remains. In the end, they found bones, however, they belonged to an animal. May 2016, the case was being looked at again. During this new investigation, they found a new possible lead. The authorities believe that Aisha was seen getting into a dark green early 1970s Lincoln Continental Mark IV, or possibly a Ford Thunderbird from the same era. They believe that she was picked up along Route 18 near where she was last seen. The car is said to have rust around its wheel wells. Try saying that one 3 times. Many people notice when a rich white woman or man goes missing. It's always plastered all over the media. As a white woman, I myself always noticed it. It's just a known fact that if you're rich and white, you will get the spotlight. However, when a black male or female goes missing, it seems not as many resources go into the search. Aisha's case did indeed gain the spotlight. Thankfully, her case was and will continue to get some spotlight. However, she is one of the few black people whose case got the proper attention that it should have. When someone goes missing, the color of their skin should be irrelevant. Sadly, Aisha's case is currently at a standstill. Hopefully one day someone will come forth and give Aisha's family the justice and closure they so greatly crave and deserve. Until then, this was me making a promise to Aisha and her family that as a white woman, I refuse to sit back and allow racism to continue. As for me and my channel, I will never silence African Americans. I will always try my best to include all people of every color and of every race. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. It really helps us grow the channel, and we greatly appreciate it. Y'all are the best. Love you. Bye.